Welcome to the Money Pig Podcast, brought to you by Goodwin Investment Advisory, where our mission is to lead people to financial peace, independence, and generosity. I'm your host, Reid Trego, and today I am joined by our founder, Tim Goodwin of the Goodwin Investment Advisory.
What's up?
Why are you laughing?
What's up, everybody? I don't know. I'm just loving this intro and the pig, and you're just,
Yeah, you've wanted to use that for so many years.
Many years.
Independence and generosity. You wanted to use the
It'll
pig.
come full circle when we're making like the t-shirts for this podcast, right? Where we can get like financial pig like on a t-shirt.
I can't
Then all
wait.
my dreams will come true. I don't know.
Can't wait. Christmas is coming, Tim.
Yeah,
I'm just-
exactly.
All right. Hey, so a big question that people ask, I think a lot of times is, should I hire a financial advisor? So one of the questions I wanted to explore with you and your experience, and we're talking 18 years now
Right.
of this firm.
Yeah.
When do people actually hire a financial advisor or an investment advisory firm like GIA? When does that happen? Have you identified like some key time frames when people start thinking about this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's certainly a few common reasons when people come in. You just want me to start going through those one at a time?
I
or-
mean, what do you think? Let's kind of go maybe or order of age.
Sure. Yeah. So in the industry, we've got a couple of these acronyms that we like to joke about, SINK, DINK, and Henrys. Okay. So
Sinks, dinks, and Henrys.
Sinks, dinks,
Okay.
and Henrys,
Yeah,
right?
great.
So a SINK is a single income, no kids.
Single income. Okay.
Single income, no kids. DINKs is dual income, no kids.
Great.
And then a Henry is a high earner, not rich yet.
High earner, not rich yet.
Yep.
Fantastic.
You're right.
Love
there we
it.
go. So if you are a young person and you are finding yourself in a sink, dink, or Henry situation, and you just want to make sure like that you have the confidence that you are starting to set enough of your income aside, that you're putting it in the right account, and that it's being allocated and invested properly for a young person for whatever that goal, most of the time retirement, then that'd be a great time to reach out to a financial advisor. Maybe you recently have that income or recently started investing, so there's not a lot of investable assets yet. You should be able to find an advisor that you could just pay hourly just to meet with their time. So we offer that here. You can reach out to goodwininvestment.com and you can schedule time with one of our financial consultants who can sit down with you hourly and just make sure as you're getting started in that great job with your 401k, or maybe you've been there a couple of years and you've got a 401k balance and you've heard about a Roth IRA and you're like, just want to make sure that I'm saving enough and I'm investing in the right place. That's a great time to
Yeah, and I think about it like
engage
we're
a
helping
financial
them.
advisor.
Yeah, sorry. I think we're helping them prioritize like where each next dollar goes.
Yes,
Sometimes do I
absolutely.
pay off debt or do I buy a house or do
Yes.
I yada yada. And these are great questions.
Yeah.
And then they ask, oh, well, am I saving enough?
Yep.
There's a math
You're right.
formula there. You just got to.
And I'm glad you brought it up because it depends, right? Because there could be some student loans, some credit card debts, some other things that we want to talk about. Maybe there's some savings that need to be built up before we're looking at Roth IRAs and considering matches and 401ks and that kind of thing. So it depends. If you're ready to start really being serious about investing a substantial part of your income, then yeah, I would talk to a financial professional and talk that through.
I love it. Okay. What's the next time that people start thinking about hiring an investment advisor?
Yeah, and I think this is the one that probably people would guess, and it's when they're wondering if they can retire, right? So a lot of folks are coming in, probably around 50s, somewhere in that decade, going, gosh, I've got this big 401k or these Roth, these other investments. These assets are substantial, more substantial than they've ever been. I'm making more income than maybe I've paid off my house. And so they're just starting to go, gosh, I wonder if I can retire. So when somebody's just wondering, I wonder if I can retire, I think it's a great time to meet with a financial advisor. Often when we help those clients get the confidence that they need to make that decision, yeah, I can retire, then they're getting right to, okay, how soon? And then how do I, which money and the Social Security and all these things. So I start, and that's all part of that comprehensive planning. But a lot of people are coming in the door because they're just wondering, hey, I've always wanted to retire. Can I really? Okay, I can. Okay, how do we make this work?
Yeah, and that's a big life transition.
It is.
They're like, I'm going to go from working to not.
Yes, major. And we love to, just kind of letting in a little bit of our philosophy. We love to really talk to our clients about a gradual or semi-retirement where they're continuing to pursue meaningful work.
Good. Now, another time that people hire an advisory firm like ours is you mentioned people get frustrated with their current advisor. Talk more about that.
Absolutely. So it's unfortunate, but sometimes, people reach out to us and they're already working with a financial advisor or some kind of investment advisor, say broker or somebody at a bank or whatever, a friend or a family member, or maybe they were working with someone and they retired or they moved to a different career and now they've been passed to someone else on the team that they maybe don't trust yet, or just won't. I don't know, but they're just frustrated with the experience. Maybe it's because that person's not reaching out to them, or maybe the client's reaching out to the advisor, but the advisor's not reaching back. So something has affected the trust that they have with their previous professional. So that's a really good time to reach out. There's a lot of great people in the industry. It's worth shopping around and seeing if that's a good opportunity for you to switch and to have a better relationship.
Interesting. And personally, my advisor, I think, retired. In 2008.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Wait, I thought you were supposed to help me retire, but you retired. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right. So those can be good times to go, hey, I wonder if I should shop around and end up maybe somewhere better, hopefully.
Great. Okay. And then I think another one is that their portfolio just starts getting increasingly stressful to manage.
Absolutely.
Like they've been doing it on their own.
Right.
They have a 401k, they contribute to their Roth.
Yep.
They maybe have a rental property or something, but they're starting to think, this is starting to become more money.
I think you would typically think, that happens later in life, and it certainly does, but some folks just really get on that, really get into their Roth IRAs and their 401ks real early in life, or maybe even their parents got them into a rental property, like you mentioned, real early in life, and all of a sudden they're now in their 20s or 30s or 40s, and they're like, man, each one of these decisions carries with it more risk because it's larger and it's getting stressful to manage and make those decisions on their own. But it can also happen much later in life. Maybe that individual actually retired all on their own and figured all that out, but then things have grown in retirement and they're like, man, now's the time where I've got to figure out about estate planning. I got to figure out how to give to kids and to my philanthropy, and things just get more complicated and more stressful. I think that's another great time to talk to a professional.
Great. And the last one that we talked about, we kind of added this one on, but it's when there's a significant life change. Mm-hmm. Talk about that.
And I think we realized too that that scoops in a lot of folks that are coming in for different life change reasons. Certainly the saddest one is there's a loss of life, right? The spouse has passed away. So we certainly see people reaching, maybe there's life insurance at that point too, so there's some new money, or maybe the spouse that passed away was the one that handled the money, or maybe they were the bigger breadwinner, and so their investments are in their name. So we really love coming and partnering with that widow or widower and helping them sort that out. Sometimes there's a change in marital status and there's a divorce. It's unfortunate, but that's a trigger where we see a lot of folks coming in and we help them manage that. Maybe there's a transition in the career, a career change or a job loss or a relocation. So that might be a time that provides a really great opportunity to talk to an advisor to make those decisions. And I think the other one is maybe health related too. So we've seen some clients where a change in health has maybe accelerated some goals and some plans to try to maybe enjoy retirement, or can they downsize or change their job to be able to kind of focus more on their treatment.
Yeah. Man, that is interesting. You got to have some empathy, and you got to walk along people and all those hard things that happen.
Yeah, it's interesting because what's typical in our industry is that we might get referrals from a CPA or from an estate attorney. And we have great partners for that. But our next biggest partner after that is a family law practice that helps people with getting divorced. Yeah. And so they're trying to find, this firm actually reached out to us and we're like, hey, we've heard a lot about you guys. Can we send our clients your way? They really need some help, But you're right. The empathy is the key there for sure.
That's awesome. All right. Well, and as financial advisors, we manage and rebalance portfolios. That's something just we do automatically. But the real value is that we work with our clients to understand their goals individually so that we can have these kind of planning conversations with people because they're so personal and unique to each individual.
Absolutely. So and then ultimately we want to help remove that financial anxiety that they're experiencing for whatever reason, right? I think all the things that we just talked about are creating different kinds of financial anxiety at different times or stages in life, and then help those clients get to a point where they're experiencing more peace and independence and generosity with their finances.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank
Appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.
The Money Pig podcast is hosted by Reid Trego. Goodwin Investment Advisory is a registered investment advisory firm regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission in accordance and compliance with security laws and regulations. Goodwin Investment Advisory does not render or offer to render personalized investment or tax advice through the Money Pig podcast. The information provided is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, tax, investment, or legal advice.